he was born 150 years earlier, the only free throw he'd be shooting is cotton in his master's bag. So don't feel bad if sugar or other substances
Offending everybody.
Sugar is one of the most addictive substances on the planet. And just like kicking a homeless person, once you start, you just can't stop. But
why would you want to do
sugar
that?
Is when a glucose molecule decides to stick it in a fructose molecule, causing it to have a butt baby of sucrose. Sucrose is a simple carbohydrate, not to be confused with complex carbohydrates. You see, most people would typically group all carbs together, when they're really quite different. Simple carbs are like
different indeed.
They'll give you a quick dopamine rush and then immediately ask for a handbag. Complex carbs are like your friend's stepmom. They won't be quick, but you'd be surprised of how long they last. Sugar comes from sugar cane or sugar beets and was originally brought to America by Christopher Columbus. Columbus, that white devil, thought, I have the sugar cane, but no slaves to grow it for me. What to do? I got it. Grow it for me, boy. And boy did he. Those slaves
Native
used
Americans.
to cultivate sugar, which turned into rum, which turned into money, which turned into more slaves, which turned into, you guessed it, more sugar. And over the next couple hundred years, people realized they could add sugar to things like coffee, tea, and chocolate to make it taste better, which led to
that is low-key like one of the most revolutionary drugs in the world, sugar. And we don't even really realize that it's a drug. If you think about it, every damn day you're having sugar. It's so hard to avoid now because they put it in so much of our stuff, especially if you live in America. If you live in America, you're having sugar every day, whether you even notice it or not, simply because they put it in so much of our foods. So it's kind of hard not to be a big back in America, bro.
the first advertisement of Folgers. Taste the suffering. Eventually, research started to come out linking sugar to adverse health effects, but getting rid of it would affect a lot of companies' bottom line. So in the 1960s, some shady people paid Harvard scientists to downplay the link of sugar to heart disease.
Wow,
and blame
really?
it on fat instead. That way, companies can still make massive profit to downplay the link of sugar to heart disease and blame it on fat instead.
Growing up, we were taught that fat was the worst thing in the world. Like, it was the absolute worst thing. You do not want to have it. You much rather have carbs and plenty of carbs than have fat. If you eat fat, you're gonna get fat. But as we all know now, it's carbs. It's really the carbs that be making you fat as hell, bro.
That way, companies could still make massive profits and more people would die. It's really a win-win if you're a capitalist like me. But in 1972, some British scientist named John Yudkin decided to grow conscience and sound the alarm that sugar, not fat, was the greater danger to our health. The
Whistleblower.
food industry responded appropriately by destroying Yudkin's reputation and getting his work banned. So it just goes to show the free market always works. However, eventually more research came out linking sugar to an increased risk of cancer, cavities, diabetes, obesity, basically anything that makes a person unfuckable. But by this point, the damage is already done. In America, 70% of adults are overweight and 40% are obese. I don't even know
We're fat as hell in America.
So many pork chops out there. Guess pigs can fly. Now, in
how much
fairness,
do y'all
sugar
weigh?
Isn't all bad. Your body wants about a fifth of its calories from glucose, so it's not surprising that your brain craves it. The problem is how much sugar you ingest. Like the average male only supposed to consume about 36 grams in a day. Like Bish,
that's
less than
it?
one can of Pepsi. That's for the day.
Yo, less than one can of a Pepsi. Some of y'all wake up in the morning and start your day with a Dr. Pepper. Already, you're eating the max amount of sugar you should have for that day. Golly, that's crazy.
For the day, let alone any other meal your fat ass is gonna scarf down. And you might think, oh well, the answer is simple. I just won't eat candy or drink soda. But spoiler alert,
it's
sugar
not
is
just
in almost
candy.
everything.
It's in bread.
Peanut butter, tomato sauce, fucking Advil has sugar in it. And just like your pastor, companies know to get you while you're young. Breakfast cereals like Cheerios are 32%.
That way you're
sugar.
addicted
Lucky
to it.
Charms 33%. Quaker Oats, oh, it has oats in it. How bad could that be? 44% sugar.
Woo!
How can you sell something almost 50% sugar to children and not expect some health problems? That's like bringing crystal meth cupcakes to the
They're
church
just
bake
killing
sale,
us,
like,
guys.
Why are so many kids tweaking? You see, there are only about 10 companies that own all the food and drinks in the world.
That's actually a crazy, crazy graph right here. The fact that such a small number of companies own majority of the foods that we eat. Majority of the foods that we eat are owned by a small number of companies. I need y'all to really study this picture in your own time and realize that you can never truly boycott a corporation when it gets super huge. Because whether you know it, you're still gonna be funding them because they own so many things. This is actually very crazy.
The world. And not surprisingly, the sweeter something tastes, the more likely someone will buy it. My mom fell victim to this and would always buy me things high in sugar. In her mind, she was just being a good parent, not realizing she's napalming my palate. I couldn't even drink water without getting repulsed. And being a damn kid, I didn't think I was addicted. I was just like, oh, my taste buds must be different. You like water and broccoli, I like Skittles and Pixie Sticks. We're just built different. The only time I was like, wait, something may be wrong, was when I was chilling at my homie's house. We were in the basement practicing wrestling moves on each other.
What are y'all doing?
Heterosexual behavior. Anyway, we eventually both get exhausted and head upstairs for some refreshments.
Getting all sweaty.
Normally, I'd grab a soda, but my friend only had cranberry juice and water. So I just started chugging cranberry juice, which is wild because I find it disgusting. Like, even though I didn't like the taste, my body knew there was something in it.
You just needed sugar, right? Yeah.
College, and your boy was taking a nutrition class where my teacher was like, sugar will fuck you worse than your pastor. I'm paraphrasing, but it just was, this stuff is really bad for you. So I decided to cut it out, but still crave something sweet. So what I did was transfer to Crystal Light, or basically fake sugar, and would slowly wean myself off of it by adding
fake
less
sugar
to the drinks,
isn't good for you, though.
Getting me used to the taste of water without being disgusted. But even after this, I still didn't think I was addicted to sugar. That was until I came home from Thanksgiving break and went out to dinner with my mom. At dinner, I decided to have a huge glass of soda, and 4 hours later, I had a massive craving for it. So much so, I'm like, maybe I'll just drive to CVS to pick some up. Then I'm like,
it can't be that crazy.
It's 10 at night. Why do I feel compelled to get a soda right now? And this feeling lasted for days. Like I'd be...
All right, okay. I need to thank my mom the next time I see her, because growing up, she didn't really allow us to have that much sugar. Like, of course, we had candy, we had ice cream, we had soda, but we were only allowed to, really drink it in such small amounts. So I was never truly addicted to it. I've had it, but I wasn't addicted to it. That's why I can still enjoy water. Like, I be drinking plenty of water on the stream. Y'all be watching me drink my water, staying hydrated. Some people out in this world cannot drink water. They find it gross. They have to put something in their water. They just can't raw dog water. And that is an insane thing to say out loud.
Passing by 7-Eleven, like, what if I just stopped in real quick? No.
If you can't drink water, you're addicted to sugar.
Many occasions where my body would go through long stretches without sugar, eat or drink a ton of it, then go back to having withdrawals, which kind of put other addictions in perspective. Like, I definitely used to make fun of alcoholics, like, oh, not drinking 12 shots of Jaeger must be so difficult. Please tell me about your disease. But my insults were based on ignorance, because I don't have the addiction gene like many others do. Right now, I have pain and sleeping pills in my medicine cabinet, yet I don't have the desire to do them. Sure, they make me feel good, but like women getting laid, I just don't have the craving for it. So much in life is about luck. Like, I'm sure
I used to think I had the addiction
hard to get where he's at, but if he was born 150 years earlier, the only free throw he'd be shooting is cotton in his master's bag. So don't feel bad if sugar or other substances.
Offending everybody. That was pretty offensive, but I can't even get upset because your name is offending everybody. I can't get mad at this.
The only free throw he'd be shooting is cotton in his master's bag. So don't
That's
feel bad
crazy.
if sugar or other substances have a certain amount of control over your life. Because maybe you're surrounded by fast food, or maybe you have a slow metabolism, or maybe the only way you get hard is by smelling a Krispy Kreme. I don't know you or the
Wouldn't that be a crazy way to get hard?
If you need some help quitting sugar, I do got some tips for you. Tip number 1, hate yourself. When you love yourself, you start to let yourself go. That's why fat black women are so happy. And is that what you want? To love yourself? Ew. No.
Hey, to be fair, this is all fat people. All fat people. Look, real quick rant, I promise you. The whole body positivity movement, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Let's just be honest, because as soon as Ozempic hit the streets, do you know how many people are on Ozempic right now? Do you know how many people are losing weight with Ozempic? And I love it for them. I love the fact that they can finally lose the weight. But let's be honest. They're talking about body positivity. We should love the way we are. But the second there's a magical miracle drug that can make you lose weight without having to work out, suddenly you want to lose weight? Just admit it. Body positivity was just an excuse for being lazy. Let's admit it, guys. Let's admit it.
Self-loathing is the first step to having a fit physique, and the more disgusted you are, the less likely you are to eat that bag of Skittles. Tip number 2, learn how to read food labels. Starch, fruit juice, honey, and anything ending in os is basically sugar in disguise.
Sugar.
Buzzwords. Just because the package says vegan and gluten-free or natural,
doesn't mean it's healthy.
The biggest thing to look for is added sugar. That's basically a company saying, you don't want to make this yogurt taste better? Some crack. Tip number 3, go cold turkey. It's a lot easier to never do something than to do something in moderation. Think of eating healthy like getting a handy. If you're just getting handies, it's fine. But as soon as you get that one blowy or drink that one soda, it's off the rails. Like, this is great. Why would I ever go back to getting handies or not having sugar or whatever this analogy's about? The point is, if you never have something delicious, then you won't know what you're missing. Tip number 4, replace. Like I mentioned earlier, the way I weaned myself off soda was drinking Crystal Light. Now, that's not to say these fake sugars are good for you. It's like smoking and driving.
They're not good for you.
Sure, one is better, but that doesn't mean the other one's good. One is
I feel like the fake sugar, a good comparison is like smoking cigarettes and vaping. Obviously, both are bad for you, but vaping arguably isn't as bad for you as smoking, but it's still bad for you at the end of the day. I think that's a good analogy, or maybe I just biffed it.
Driving instead of drinking and driving. Sure, one is better, but that doesn't mean the other one's good. One issue
Maybe I just biffed it.
Fake sugars is how much sweeter they are than sugar. Aspartame is 200 times sweeter, and sucralose or Splenda is 600 times sweeter.
600?
People, like myself, to start to crave that sweet feeling. Like recently, I brought this drink called Body Armor.
Wow.
It's 20 calories, some vitamins, and almost no sugar. So I'm thinking, oh, this has got to be good for me. But after drinking one, my body 2 hours later is like, more. I want more.
I mean, I do be drinking Celsius.
May be good for some, but they're not for everyone. Tip number 5, seek help. Some people, especially guys, view asking for help as a sign of weakness. But really, it's a sign of maturity. It's using the tools and resources around you to help solve
That's
your
true.
problems. 'Cause what
Never
works
be
for
afraid
you
to
may
ask
not
for
work
help.
others. Like a friend of mine lost a ton of weight and credits me for insulting him as the main motivator. But calling someone chicken cutlet titties may not work for everyone. So it's best to seek out the guidance of a medical professional and come up with a plan that works best for you.
Chicken cutlet titties?
Like most addictions, it's about escaping your problems and turning to something that gives you comfort. So maybe sugar is just a coping mechanism for underlying trauma. Or maybe you just like the taste of bread. I don't know. But what I do know is heart disease is the #1 killer in America. And if you think
very
life sucks
serious,
now,
guys.
Imagine losing your parent to a preventable disease. Yeah,
100%.
Or a great day if you're trying to get inheritance. The point is, if you care about your family, your loved ones, or yourself, then you should work on trying to curb your sugar addiction and live a healthier lifestyle.
All right, so that was how addictive is sugar really. Addictive is a very soft word for it, I would say. It's well, I guess it's the only word. It is very addictive. It's more addictive than crack. I'm pretty sure it's more addictive than meth. It's literally something that most human beings eat on a daily basis, and they eat more than they need. It is the most addictive substance on this planet. Ask your mama.